everyone, how's it going? So Halo Combat Evolved Remake will only feature a campaign mode, it's claimed. Now, I am a huge Halo fan. I freaking have the Halo Reach tattoo on my arm. I love this franchise. But ever since 343 took it over, this franchise has gone to shit. It has. Halo 4, they tried to turn Master Chief into the Chosen One. Halo 5, I have no idea what they were thinking. They were trying to turn it into a competitive shooter when Halo's always been a party game, and it felt just like Discount Titanfall. The campaign was co-op, but you could not play split screen, and you needed to all be on Xbox Live. Halo Infinite, I will give them credit, because that campaign was actually good. It actually featured an actual Master Chief. I know that seems like an oxymoron, but if you read the books, yes, I even read the Halo books, Master Chief actually has a lot of opinions on certain matters. Like, you see how much he does care about the people in his life, especially the other Spartans, Sergeant Johnson, Cortana. He expresses his feelings a lot through inner monologues in the Halo novels. So Master Chief is actually pretty vocal and very opinionated. So I like that in Halo Infinite they really showcased his human side, how much Cortana meant to him, and losing her was like losing a part of himself. The betrayal actually did impact him profoundly, but it also showed that he is a soldier. He fights for humanity. That's what he does. So if he has to kill Cortana, so be it. That's for the better of humanity. But yeah, like Halo Infinite had everything going for it, and they still screwed it up with the contract workers refusing to hire former Bungie staff who came to them. It was like the rumor that they basically believed they could do it better, but they had 3 chances and they never did it better. Like, even with Halo Infinite, they had everything going for that game, and it was just like the mismanagement and the problems with the studio, and to the point they literally closed down 343 and rebranded it as Halo Studios, which that's not going to change anything until you change the management problems and the staff that's having the problems with this franchise. This is your flagship franchise. Master Chief is literally embedded onto the Xbox console. Like, this and Gears of War are supposed to be something you take very serious. People bought Xbox 360 just to play Halo 3. They bought Xbox Live just for Halo 2. Like, you guys are screwing around. Stop it. But let's actually get into the story. I know I'm very passionate about this franchise because I love it. New information from a reliable insider reveals that Halo Combat Evolved Remake will not feature a multiplayer mode and will be campaign only. Now, the first thing I have concerned with is, one, will the game be on a physical disc? Because Microsoft has been screwing everyone over with physical releases. Starfield is not on the disc. Halo Infinite is not on the disc. Like, stop killing games literally is to combat these issues. Like, I should be able to pop in Halo Infinite's physical disc and at least play the campaign and function in order, and have the ability to at least access the multiplayer content, like the maps and stuff like that, like I can do with Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo Reach. I don't get why this is such a problem nowadays, because, oh well, they want you to pay every month for Game Pass, and even if you buy a physical release, they still want you to do that. It's about recurring payment. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but you used to be able to buy Microsoft Office and Adobe products one time. You bought the disc, you put it into your computer. Yes, computers used to have disk drives. Now you have to pay for an external stuff, and that was it. You had access to the program. Nowadays, they charge you every month for garbage. Like, yeah, genuine garbage. Like, updates you don't need, things that break the game and fix issues that didn't need fixing. It really annoys the hell out of me. New details about Halo Combat Evolved Remake have emerged from Reps Gaming's latest YouTube channel. So this is the person. I already watched the video. Give it a like. You can check it out for yourself. In the video, he also shared updates on Project Ecor, Halo 7, and addresses some rumors surrounding Halo Infinite. Starting with the Combat Evolved Remake, Rebs first discusses publicly available information. Halo Studios stated that most of what they showcased for their Unreal Engine 5 project Foundry is expected to be included in the projects they are currently developing. The insider feels that Project Foundry is clear based on Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved is reportedly campaign only. Reb then shared information he received from 2 sources connected to Halo developers regarding the Halo Combat Evolved Remake. Sources have revealed that the development of Halo Combat Evolved Remake began in 2023 with planned anniversary project set for release in 2026. Please don't screw this up like you did with the Master Chief Collection. Like, they fixed most of the issues with Master Chief Collection, and then when it started to get good, they said support's ended. Like, I hate when they do that. It's like what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know the game got a large amount of resurgence after Andor premiered and finished. But believe it or not, like a couple of years ago, the game actually still had a healthy collection of players because they fixed so many problems with the game, and then EA cut support for the game. I believe, like, this is my only tinfoil hat discussion with that. I think Disney just said cut support, we're done right now, because it is a Disney property after all, and they need to check in with them. Maybe they were just like, maybe they wanted to do stuff with it, and Disney was just like, no, we're done. After the whole controversy with Battlefront 2, which was one of the biggest screw ups they ever had with the loot box, the pride and accomplishment stuff, that entire situation. It also has been noted that the Combat Evolved Remake will feature only a campaign mode and may potentially be released on PlayStation as well. I know a lot of people are concerned about this. I'm happy for this. I think that exclusive platforms simply aren't working anymore. They used to work back in the day, but nowadays with game budgets to balloon in the way they are, like a great example would be Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth and 16, like when you play those games, it's clear that these games are cinematic masterpieces, but it also shows how much those budgets have ballooned. Releasing that game only on PlayStation was a death sentence. I believe they did say that the only reason that the remake even happened was because of Sony, but even if it was because of Sony, you just simply can't release your game on one platform anymore. I mean, even Sony's doing this. They're releasing Uncharted and all their games on PC, and Helldivers 2 is now coming on to Xbox, and Xbox doesn't care about exclusive anymore. They're literally just releasing everything on everywhere. They want to be the Google Stadia, what they try to do, where your games are everywhere and you could play it anywhere, which is probably the smartest thing they can do. Like, the rumor is that the next Xbox console isn't going to be an Xbox console. It's going to be a Windows 11 like box, similar to the original Xbox One with Dan Matrick, where he said, if you don't like Xbox One, go get Xbox 360. Well, I'm paraphrasing, but basically that's what he said. And then Doug Bowser said the same thing about Nintendo Switch. Either way, I think the idea of console exclusives are going to end, except for Nintendo, because Nintendo has the biggest IPs in the world. They have Mario, they don't have Sonic, I was about to say, unless they buy Sega. They have Mario, they have Metroid, they have, what else? Like, they have so many. They have Star Fox, Donkey Kong, like, dear God, Legend of Zelda. Like, dude, if you don't want your game sales to be cannibalized, you do not release your game next to a Legend of Zelda game. PlayStation found that out when they released Horizon Zero Dawn and then Forbidden West the same time as them. Granted, it wasn't really their fault. Well, they also released it along with Elden Ring, which that was also a problem. Either way, multi-platforms is just not going to work unless you're Nintendo, and I think Sony is becoming more and more aware of that as they release their games earlier and earlier on PC platforms, as opposed to just waiting the year. In terms of multiplayer plans, Reps Gaming has reported that 343 Industry canceled Battle Royale mode for Halo Infinite. We already knew that. Known as Project Tatanka, has handed over to Century Infinity. The game development studio has rebranded its separate multiplayer game using Unreal Engine 5, which is currently codenamed Project Encore. Now, I heard a lot of people like Dr. Disrespect and Asmongold were like, it needed to have a Battle Royale mode. I heavily disagree. I think if Halo Infinite came with a Battle Royale mode, it would have flopped hard. It would have been like Battlefield 1, I believe, or Battlefield 5. I forgot which one had the Ring of Fire Battle Royale mode. That thing sunk like a hot potato. Like, it just went downhill. Granted, you have to pay for the game in order to get access to it, but either way, I still think that if they released with a Battle Royale mode, it would have gone nowhere. Because, like I said, Halo is not a competitive shooter. It's a party game. You make a bunch of wild and crazy maps like Speed Halo from Rooster Teeth, and you just put a bunch of people onto the map. Like, I'm sure a lot of us who are old like me remember with Halo 2, like when they people would just download the zombies map and just play that, or just give everyone infinite rocket launchers and just blast each other. Like, that was way better than anything I played in the competitive scene. Like, you just give someone wacky weapons and they do crazy stuff. Needlers with infinite ammo and stuff like that. Reps Gaming then refers to a recent post from Halo data miner Grunt.api that teased the title code for a game. When asked about the significance, the source information confirmed that it pertains to Encore and indicated that the game has been receiving updates approximately every 6 hours in the past few days. In the next segment, Reps discussed Halo 7, the upcoming mainline installment in the series based on his exchange with the Halo community manager. He believes that Halo 7 is currently in pre-production and will likely be an indirect sequel. Dude, like, they're going to do another soft reboot? That was the whole point of Halo Infinite with that entire ending about the Fallen? I don't even remember. Like, it was just like, guys, stick to a path. Like, just stick to it. Don't keep rebooting and soft rebooting. You're going to turn off so many players. Like, dear God, I'm so tired of this. However, players should not be expecting the game to be released until the next generation of Xbox consoles had launched. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, like, come on. Like, the original Mass Effect trilogy all released on the Xbox 360. The original Gears of War trilogy, even Gears of War Judgment, all on Xbox 360. Like, granted, Halo and Halo 2 are on the original Xbox, and Halo 3 came to Xbox 360. But Halo 3 was such a monumental update to everything from gameplay to storytelling. Like, everything about it was a huge update. Like, guys, get your shit together. This is your flagship franchise. It's what made Xbox. Like, you're basically just telling everyone, yeah, we just want this to be dead so we can put it in the nail in the coffin and just turn it into a merchandising farm. Like, God, it just really, really just makes me sad. Lastly, some rumors surrounding Halo Infinite were debunked. The first rumor suggested that the multiplayer mode of Halo Infinite was being ported to Unreal Engine 5. Well, obviously not. They're not going to do that. Like, the game barely gets like 10,000 players. They're not going to waste resources doing all of that. They're just going to keep it the way it is. You don't need to. However, sources, including former developer from Halo Studios and current developer from Halo Support Studio, have confirmed that they have never heard of such plans. I think it's just people with false hope. Like, as much as I like to harp on Halo right now in the modern day, Halo Infinite's gameplay is pretty solid. Like, it's actually fun. I think they found the right balance between action gameplay with sprinting and all that stuff with the new movement abilities and the original Halo system. Like, a lot of people were extremely annoyed when they added sprinting in Halo Reach, and they left that as a cooldown ability, but basically everyone used the sprint. The sprint was the default for a lot of people. But I think Halo Infinite actually found the right balance. For Halo 4, it just felt too much like Call of Duty. It didn't feel natural. Halo 5, they tried to do all this weird Titanfall stuff with the jetpacks and the wall running and the like, you had to run for a few seconds to gain momentum. It was just really bad. So I think Halo Infinite actually found the right balance. The second rumor claimed that Halo Infinite would be coming to PlayStation, but again, the sources have stated that they're unaware of such intentions. Yeah, they're not. They're not going to waste resources. They already let go thousands of people this year. They're not going to waste more resources of bringing Halo Infinite to PlayStation. Like, they're doing that with Gears of War, but that's because they're releasing a brand new HD version of Gears of War. This is the third time they've done that. But, yeah, they're not going to waste that with Halo Infinite. Let's face it for what it is. And I mean, basically, you could play Halo Infinite anywhere. You literally could just plug it into your smart TV and play it through Game Pass or stuff like that. Like, there's so many sources. In other news, Halo Studios has teased that they will share more about the Halo franchise, yada, 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 whatever. So, the way I see this is that they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They don't. They're going back to what worked. They're going back to the original Halo campaign, and God have mercy on their souls if they decide to change anything. Like, even though with the Anniversary Collection was well received, a lot of people hated the HD textures they put into that game. Me too included. I was like, why is all this stuff on screen? Like, it just looked way too complicated for unnecessary reasons. And for this, I do not want them to change it. Do it like Resident Evil 2 Remake, where maybe some things can be altered, but keep the core narrative the way it is. Like, I hope they do that. I know there are people who are very huge purists, like with Final Fantasy VII Remake. They were expecting a full one-to-one recreation of Final Fantasy VII. I actually liked Remake because it kept me on my toes. I didn't know what was going to happen next. I actually liked that uncertainty, especially seeing that I played Final Fantasy VII for over 100 hours when you combine all the versions of Final Fantasy VII I've played. But with this, it's a very fickle situation. Like I said, none of the modern day Halos have been received to the same caliber as the classic Halo games, the trilogy and Reach. Like, even Reach being the lowest rated of the Halo games still receives a large amount of fan base because it did everything right in the sense of telling its story about showing how dire the Human Covenant War was, how outmatched humanity was, and the final scene where you just decide, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die standing on my feet. All the heartbreaking moments, the musical scores, everything about that game was utterly beautiful, and I think you can't really argue, even if you have issues with the bloom effect and the sprinting features and the combat abilities. I think the story itself speaks volumes for itself to show how hopeless the situation was. But with the modern day Halo games, they just don't understand. They don't understand why the original commercial for Halo ODST is still watched to this day. Why people still see the Halo 3 trailer and see, like, this is what Halo is about. It's not about Master Chief being a special savior. He's just a guy, just a normal person. Yes, he's a Spartan too, but he's a normal guy who was just very lucky. He survived the Spartan 2 training. He survived the Flood. He survived the Covenant. He is an elite warrior. He did it because he had no reason to ever fail, because he refused to fail. Everything he did for humanity. He's a soldier, and that's what he'll do. He'll die with a gun in his hand. And I feel like that's just something that they don't truly understand. Like, they kind of got it with Halo Infinite, but they didn't really set the landing, let's just say. But that's how I kind of see this. Like, if I was Microsoft, I would say, okay, who worked on the original Halos at Bungie wants a job? That's what I would do. I'd be like, you guys worked on Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach. Do you want a job? You got a job. Come over here. Just, that's what I would do. Like, hire, like, the studio staff is what matters. It's like we see with Activision Blizzard. I know I'm just trying to build frame and reference with this, but it's just like with Activision Blizzard or Infinity Ward or any of these studios. It's the people inside the studios that matter, not the name. So if you get the people who made Halo what it is to work for you, chances are your failure percentage will go down dramatically, because these people understand that. Hire Marty O'Donnell. Well, I don't know if they would hire him, considering they have like bad... actually, with his Ackman interview, it's more like Bungie has like a lot of issues with him. It's not Microsoft, but I could be wrong about that. But either way, hire Marty, hire original staff, and maybe they might be able to bring this franchise back to where it was. Like, you need a win, Microsoft, because right now, when I think Xbox, I don't really think any type of game is that single game that really breeds Xbox. Like with PlayStation, they have God of War, like they have The Last of Us, as much as that franchise has been beaten to that. But with Microsoft, they don't have anything at this point. And with Nintendo, as much as I don't like the Nintendo Switch 2, Mario Kart World has been doing gangbusters, because that, in a lot of ways, is their flagship franchise. Mario Kart sells, it pushes games. That's why they released it as the launch title, as opposed to Donkey Kong Bonanza. But Donkey Kong is more like the second, like the aftershot. Like, for the people who bought Mario Kart World, played it from beginning to end, to life and death, and now they want something new. Like Donkey Kong does look really good, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you need a chaser, and they don't have a premier product, and they don't have a chaser. Like, it used to be Halo and Gears of War, and now they don't have that, because Halo and Gears of War have been the lowest that they ever been. A lot of people just don't think they resonate in the same way that they used to. But that's how I see it. Tell me your opinions in the comments below. I love to hear other people's opinions. And like, sub, sure, it does help a great deal. Like, YouTube has kind of been punishing me a lot with this channel, but I like to just share my opinions on this and just get it out there, whether they're positive or negative. But tell me what you think in the comments below. That's it for me. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Have a good day.